We are here in the Western Cape at one of the top-ranked golf courses in the province, Ervinvale Golf Estate, situated in the heart of the Helderberg for the 8th event on the LET calendar and the finale of this year's Sunshine Ladies Tour season. The course in absolutely spectacular condition, nestled in Ervinvale Estate. Well, it's a very good afternoon to you and welcome to our third round coverage of the Investec SA Women's Open. What a week it has been. We've seen some spectacular golf over the course of the last few days. Unfortunately, the weather is looking a little moody today, and it's a little bit checkered as well. We had a little bit of rain earlier, and we've also seen a little bit of wind coming and going. But things seem to have settled down for the time being. I'm very happy to welcome Oji Malefi, Peter Dixon, Head of Investments at Investec, and also we've got Tandy McCullum joining us, the 2009 champion. Oji, this weather, we just don't know if we're coming or going.
We had two spectacular days in the opening first two rounds, sunny, warm, and I thought, what is this? Because coming here for the first time, I heard about this place being called Ervinvale. Well, it's finally arrived today, so we're going to see some pretty interesting golf compared to the high scoring that we saw, especially in the first two rounds, Tanya.
Yeah, I mean, this is quite a different day compared to days 1 and 2, and it is just such a beautiful part of the country, although I do think the weather's going to have a big role to play, especially on that back nine with the gusts blowing. It's going to be an interesting day for the ladies out there.
Well, Peter, Head of Sponsorships, I apologise for introducing you incorrectly.
Maybe a promotion live on air.
I've got that, don't worry, we're recording this.
Peter, where does the passion come from Investec to support women's golf? You guys do a great job.
Thank you. Investec are so proudly the title sponsor of the 32nd Investec South Africa Women's Open. It's important for South Africa and it's important for women's golf and to showcase our local talent on a global stage.
Absolutely. So it is a fight that we need to continue for the foreseeable future, because more money needs to be ploughed into golf in this country. Right, well, to the golf now, and like I've said, fantastic action that has kept us glued to our screens. Chiara Tamburlini with an awesome 65 yesterday, going 7 under, and she leads the way at 11 under. It's pretty tight at the top though, Oji.
Very tight indeed. I think Perrine Delacour played superbly, came into the second round, of course, in a share of the first round lead, and she pushed really hard, especially for the first 17 holes before actually going on to make her only bogey for the day, which was at the 18th. We saw some spectacular golf. Let's look at a couple of highlights from that second round yesterday. Casandra Alexander had troubles with the short stick on Thursday, but not this time around. Birdie at the 9th to get her going. At the par 5, 13th, Jenny Ding with a fairway metal out the bag. And one of the best shots we saw yesterday to set up an eagle opportunity at the par 5. At the 11th, Delacour chasing Kiara Tambellini at this stage, reading the putt superbly. Birdie there at 11. The short par 4. This is Bennett at the par 3, 12th hole. Down the hill, perfectly read, superb, and gets the bird. Then walked off to the 13th. Came up short with the approach, but no worries. Her short game intact sets up a beautiful birdie chance for this wonderful chip into 13. Walsh coming up short as well, but finding the greenside bunker at 13, nearly holding out for the eagle. With a dead left to get her birdie. At the par 3, 14th. Two Rios, one of the best shots we saw. We had a hole-in-one yesterday from Daniela Dutoit. Bonita Bredenhan got one on the opening day, and that was close as well. At the 17th, Eterios sitting on the cut line at this point, needing a birdie, finds it back at the cup. That took her to 2 under par. Would unfortunately drop a shot at the last, but make it into the weekend. But this, probably one of the most impressive up and downs yesterday. Hernandez also needing to make par at 18 to make the cut. Overshot it into that back bunker at 18. And had that little 4-footer to save par. She duly did and made it into the weekend.
So much quality on display, and we really have been treated to some of the best golf that we've seen for quite some time. A high quality field that has been assembled, but it is Chiara Tambellini setting the pace. Let's hear what she had to say yesterday. Kiara, an absolutely beautiful round today. No blemishes on that scorecard. A 65. You must be thrilled with that.
Yeah, I'm really happy with how I played all day. Honestly, I had a couple par saves, but all of the chips that I hit them fairly close. So I was never really stressed to make par, and I converted some of my good approaches, and just overall really good day. Yeah.
How did you find the conditions out there? Because it's definitely warmer, but it does seem as though there's certain pockets of wind that you kind of pick up along the course.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, on the front nine, it was still quite calm and very nice temperature. And then as we were making the turn, it really started getting hot, which is nice because we've been having some bad weather, so I'm not complaining about that. But yeah, the wind definitely picked up on the back nine, and it's kind of like on and off a bit as well, because you get shots where you're like, it's blowing quite a bit, and then you hit the next one, you're like, oh, okay, it's quite dead again. So you had to kind of be adjustable the whole time.
I feel like there's something quite ominous about your form at the moment. Just, going back to Joburg, that final round, you were pushing through very strongly. And now I just feel like, we've gone from a simmer and we're approaching a boil. How's your game feeling?
Yeah, no, it's feeling good. I had to go home from Australia, unfortunately, because of my wrist. I've been having some time off. And so Joburg was kind of my first event back. It was not that long of a break, but still a couple of weeks. And I think, I did some good work with my putting, and obviously getting back to it with the wrist, I was hitting a lot of wedges, and I think that's really paying off now, because last weekend this really you hit a lot of wedges in, and yeah, it's just been really steady. Just nothing crazy, keeping the ball in play, and I think that's what you end up playing good golf with.
Of course, last season you had those 3 LET wins. How are you managing the expectations and, of course, your goals for the season in 2025?
Yeah, it's not an easy one, because obviously I won the Order of Merit last year, and wanting to win it again this year, but it just you can't think that far ahead of you, because it's going to be difficult to achieve that again, because there's a lot of good girls out there, and everybody knows how to play golf. So I'm just trying to break it down to smaller goals for myself. Of course, I want to try and win a tournament again, but for that I know I need to hit a bunch of good shots during a week, and that's what I'm trying to focus on.
Well, Tambellini setting the pace then, and she holds a 1-shot advantage. That's over Delacour. I mean, Tans, 1 shot in these conditions, how much is that worth?
It's not worth much, I tell you what. And based on what this weather has been doing this morning already, with the sporadic on and off rain, I think it's going to be a very interesting day to see how some of the locals as well as the international girls contend with this, because the wind is swirling around, it's changing direction. As mentioned, there's rain on and off, and that back nine, which is quite high up, is very exposed. So for our leaders who will be making their way there later on this afternoon, and the wind is forecast to get a little stronger, it's going to be super interesting to see how the day fares.
Well, Delacour shot a round of 4 under par 68 yesterday. Here's what she had to say.
Perrine, 2 days of very, very solid golf, apart from the slip-up at the last, but you must be pretty pleased with how solid you've been out there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely 2 good days of golf. It helps a lot with the view. Even if I made a 3-putted on the last hole, you look at the view and it's like, okay, it's fine, it's just golf. So I'm looking forward for the weekend. It's a new challenge for the next 2 days, so I'm looking forward to it.
How did you find the conditions out there? The wind seemed to pick up at one point quite a bit, but it was also dying a little bit out there.
Yeah, it was on and off. I mean, it's out of control, so you're just trying your best. And I mean, if the winds take it and take the ball and you're farther away from the hole, you have to accept it. So it's all a matter of being patient, especially with the wind, because we can't control how much the wind is going to affect the ball.
You haven't made many mistakes out there. What are you most pleased with your game at the moment?
I'm pretty patient. I mean, I carry my own bag. I'm just enjoying as much as I can, and just being patient and trust the process with my team.
How much are you looking forward to the weekend, challenging for the Investec SA Women's Open?
I'm definitely looking forward to it. I mean, I'm just going to try my best for the next 2 days and see where it goes. And I have in back of my mind the Masters as well, so it's also helping a lot to get out of the golf course and you'll look at some beauty shot over there in US.
So let's have a look at that leaderboard and see exactly what has happened, because our leader, Tambellini, has taken a little bit of a tumble down that leaderboard and is now sitting in joint second. Kira Floyd, wonderful to see, Tans, that she's managed to really find some form out there.
Yeah, I mean, that leaderboard is going to continue to change the day as the day goes on. As OG likes to say, round 3 is moving day. We're going to have players moving up and players moving down. But I'm quite keen to see how our amateur Gia Wright is going to fare. This is a big event and great experience for her. Uphill par 3, bunker guarding the front left portion. You do not want to go long on this hole, but it is just such a pretty shot.
Yeah, that pin today way at the back, because there's a 2-tiered green here. So you almost kind of want to send it right to the back there, give yourself a chance. So a couple of players come up short this morning. Oh, come on.
Back down on the 10th fairway for the 5-time South African Investec Women's Open champion, Leanne Pace.
Oh, what a shot.
Get in the hole.
The class of Leanne Pace. No wonder she's a 5-time Investec SA Women's Open champion. And this lady was super impressive, especially in round 1 with a 4.68. Brianna Navarrosa, who played alongside Casandra Alexander, only 5'1".
Let's not forget that 45 minutes before her first round, she only just got into the event, and that is, wow.
I love this 10th pin position.
And 3 amazing shots from that group.
Brianna Navarrosa for birdie.
I was saying earlier, Andrew, that 45 minutes before her tee-off time, she didn't know she was in the event, and unfortunately Mimi Rose had to pull out through injury. And after waiting the whole day on day 1, she eventually got her tee time at 12:45 and blistered around in 68.
That she did indeed. 22-year-old from the United States. Here's South Africa's impressive Casandra Alexander. Superb approach into the 11th hole, which is moved a little up today.
Yeah, that 11th hole will be downwind off the left-hand side, so definitely reachable for some of the longer hitters, but can Leanne Pace get it into red figures for the day? She certainly can. Has a sister and many friends and family walking around supporting her today.
And there's a chance for the Emmys as well to win a wonderful cruise courtesy of MSC Cruises. Darquea, I want to just pin it on the right hand side there of that flag. Draw it in slightly. No pressure. Casandra Alexander. This for birdie at 11. Oh. Struggled with the putts of this length for the last couple of days.
Alicia Nobilo. Lengthy birdie attempt from the front section of the green, putting up. Oh, nice. Thank goodness for gravity, it just dropped in.
Investec. Oh, it's a beauty. Gets to 9 under par. Quite a lot of support out here, the German. There's a lot of German house owners at Ervinvale Golf Estate. Umbrella if you need it. Now do. Lovely 3. There won't be many birdies there on 9 today.
I was going to say, you can even see a bit of a spring in the step there of Perrine Delacour.
Well, it is Delacour who is leading the charge at 13 under and quite a nice 3-shot advantage over Kiara Floyd, who is matching her for the day. 3 under, both for the top 2 there. And Laura Vormstek is at 9 under with Nastasha Nadeau. We just saw that beautiful birdie from her to take her to 8 under, with our overnight leader Chiara Tambellini in a tie for 4th at the moment.
So we go down to Aline Krauter. Fortunately missed that putt on the 8th. Seems to be good contact. And on a great line. Well, there's Kiara Floyd. Looks to be okay down that left-hand side of the 10th hole, giving us all a little bit of a heart attack. Chooses not to play with a glove. Tandy, you were saying the same. When you play in rain, you take your glove off.
Yeah, I actually find it's easier just to not have a glove, an extra element to worry about. And that's actually a really good shot that Kiara's just played from that left-hand side, managing to actually get some backspin from the seam.
Kiara Floyd uphill. Oh, and just couldn't take advantage of the opportunity.
Back to the 11th with Laura Vormstek, who won the 2018 South African Women's Masters. Clinched the title away from Nabukle Glamini and Lejean Luthwaite.
Sara Kouskova, lengthy birdie putt here at 12. Just coming up a little shy. Krauter definitely drives her right side completely through the ball. Good distance.
Well, Perrine Delacour said to me if she wasn't a golfer, she was a farmer. And just looking around, looking at all the orchards, I'm sure she feels like she's in a happy place. A superb drive, 1-1-1 to the pin. The wind is working hard off the right-hand side, and that is delightful.
Got some good momentum going, has Delacour. Little from her left-hand side for Vormstek. Beautiful putt.
You know, day on day, the putting surface has gotten progressively quicker. Started off at the high 10s. It's now rolling at 11 on the stump.
Well, this green has a magnetic pull that works the way towards the False Bay region for Kiara Tambellini. Just 105 to the pin, hitting it high.
A little short and under the hole, but probably better to putt from there than past the hole.
Leanne Pace, third shot on the 13th, par 5. This portion of the course will be quite exposed to the wind. I think if you can make it through holes 11, 12, 13 to maybe 16, you've done really well. Or you can just hit it close.
Yeah, I agree, Tandy. That little stretch is, you just want to get down to 16 and come down one again. Sara Kouskova, the lengthy par putt. Needs to settle down.
Well, she's had a great round today. Plenty of pars. Birdie at 7. Now at the 12th. This is for bogey.
Now these are always tricky when that wind is on your back. Inside left putt. Always have the tendency to push it. And you were talking to Annie earlier about, you know, with gusty winds and putting, because you can have what you know is inside left, but when that gust comes up, it could actually be straight or even inside right, depending how strong it is, and you've got to somehow weigh that up almost seconds before you putt, or you've got to just step back and wait for the lull in the wind. Casandra Alexander, when is she going to make her fight back? We know she has a 64 somewhere in the last round. Oh my goodness, there we go. She can just find a few more birdies coming and give herself in reach.
Delacour for a birdie attempt there at the 10th, just unfortunately sliding by on the low side. Just taking her time as she cleans up. Unfortunately, in these conditions, you still got to burn a bit of energy, keep the focus up for those short ones. You can't walk up and get too casual.
Herbert. Getting her opportunity now. Currently sitting at 1 under.
Best shot of the day.
The end pace for birdie at 13. Wonderful approach. She hit into the par 5. Just rolls that one in. See her jump into a shape for 6.
That's a good putt. Back down the hill. Wind off your left, inside left. Never easy.
Yeah, she would have been wanting more from her round today, undoubtedly. As we join Kira Floyd now, the leading South African on that leaderboard.
I was just about to say she has a wonderful touch along with the long hitting. Left that one a little disappointingly short though.
Aline Krauter here at the 10th now. No problems there, and she stays at 7 under. We've been talking quite a bit about Kira Floyd and the fact that she is the leading South African on that leaderboard. But there are a couple of other names making their way up, including Kelsey Nicholas, who's currently sitting at 7 under and having a very good tournament. We've seen 4 birdies from her. She had a bogey at 9, but despite that, sitting rather handsomely at 7 under alongside Leanne Pace. And very nice to see that South African flag being flown there with Perrine Delacour of France leading the way at 13 under, a 3-shot advantage, and Kira in prime position to make a move. Very nice to see That South African flag being flown there with Perrine Delacour of France leading the way at 13 under, a 3-shot advantage, and Kiara in prime position to make a move.
Kiara Floyd. That was not far away for R1 million, thanks to Investec Private Bank.
Certainly the best you've seen, no doubt. Kiara Floyd hunting that R1 million.
I think we would have seen a very ecstatic reaction had that gone in.
You can't tell me there's no luck in this game. 2 inches right, you make R1 million. My goodness gracious me.
Perrine Delacour, very delicate little pitch left for her 3rd shot into the 11th after finding the fairway bunker. Only managed to splash out to about 25 meters short.
Decent, but they'll have a downhill pattern. I think, Tandy, that's that perfect opportunity there. Does she keep the momentum going? Big putt there for Delacour. Pace for par. Coming out the greenside bunker, and unfortunately erases the birdie she made at 13.
Although I think Leanne Pace will be very comfortable with the different ebb and flow of what a day like today will present for a player. You're bound to make birdies. There'll be a couple of holes that all of a sudden are more scoreable, and there'll be some holes which you've normally assumed as the week has gone on as being easy are now going to play quite different. So you'll take the rough with the smooth, the bogeys and the birdies, as long as you keep making birdies.
Yeah, I think in tough conditions you have to make those birdies when they present themselves.
Utility of the tee, wedge with the approach shot, and 18 feet left. Superb leave for Kiara Tambellini. You just get the sense that she's really trying her utmost to make a putt. The putts haven't been dropping so far during this 3rd round, and she is really trying to make this. It should move from her left to the right. I fancy a couple balls to the left, and the wind all of a sudden is gusting. It's just picked up. It was from the left to the right, and now it's just directly moving this ball. Oh, it's just remain patient. Patience is going to be key out here today.
Aline Krauter would have got a good read of Tambellini. But she'll also know, it just depends what the wind's doing or the gust doing when she hits it, Andrew.
Yeah, and all of a sudden the wind has died again, making this putt a lot more friendlier, a little less challenging. And like you say, Al, she certainly would have learned from the line from Chiara Tambellini. Just like I say, that the wind picks up again. Donning the all black. The man designed this golf course is known as the Black Knight, Mr. Gary Player, and his best club in the bag is the putter, and so is Aline's.
Oh, she's left herself a little bit of work there.
Delacour. Downhill, big par saving putt. Can she keep the momentum? First bogey of the day.
Yeah, and I think the mistake came from the tee shot.
We saw the phenomenal tee shot of Kiara Floyd. Almost made R1 million. She didn't, but she did get a birdie too.
Well, it is the 3rd round of the Investec SA Women's Open, and it is Delacour still leading the charge at 12 under, but the advantage she had at the start of the day has been whittled down to just 2 shots. Kiara Floyd has got the fire in her tummy, and she's giving it a good go. And great to see some of the performances today, the likes of Kelsey Nicholas of South Africa, who's sitting at 5 under. Casandra Alexander also at 5 under.
Natasha Murray from King David and Mowbray plays with 6 handicap. Got a tough task ahead though.
Big hole. The big hole.
Always difficult, under pressure, on television, and gusty winds. Kiara Tambellini, sorry OG. Great second, spun it back, almost went in the hole. Can she escape with a par? Always seems to be the case when you've almost hold your second, spins back, kind of lips out and goes that 6-foot pass, seems to lip out again.
Someone sneaks up and puts cling wrap over the hole when you're not watching.
It's amazing how quickly things change in just a day. Kiara couldn't put a foot wrong yesterday, fall over on the round. Someone is going steadily. It's Kiara Floyd. There's her third shot into the par 5 13th. She's just two back, so needs to put this close, give herself a good chance at getting only a second birdie on the back 9. Oh, that's not where you want to be.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough up and down with the breeze gusting from the left for that 4th shot for Kiara Floyd. And that is the sight for us at the moment.
So Kiara Floyd missed the green with her approach at 13. Good chip, but still has a bit of a knee knocker to try and save par. She gave away a shot at 11, gained it back at 12 with a wonderful tee shot, nearly holding out for an ace. 1-2, knocked that one for par as we head over to the 14th.
It's gone quite a bit past for Kiara. I thought it was only a couple of feet. Back into the wind.
Certainly hasn't been the day that she was hoping for. 17-year-old. Nadu now, this for birdie at 13.
Everyone has come up way short with that birdie attempt up the green on 13.
How much is the wind impacting the putting strokes as well out there?
Yeah, it's always hard to keep your temper of your putting stroke because, you know, as those gusts come up, you want to kind of hit it quite quickly, but you got to keep it smooth and slow. And often some players like to stand a little bit wider just to feel like they got a little more sturdiness over the ball. And like Tandy was saying, sometimes just wait 15 seconds or move around until you feel like there's a lull in the wind.
Bronte low. Not able to convert the birdie chance.
Kiara Floyd to stay within 2 shots of the lead. Good stroke. Didn't turn at all. Drops another 9 under par. Still though, only 3 off the lead, and what would be a life-changing event if she had to win this and get winner's exemption on the LET.
We are with Leanne Pace now. Let's just see what happens here. Opportunity for birdie. It would take it to 6 under. Oh, beautifully done there by the South African star of the game. And that's exactly what she needs to keep doing. We've just seen back-to-back bogeys from her, but stopping the rot there with that birdie. Beautifully done. And that's how it stands. Round 3 of the Investec SA Women's Open. Delacour still out in front. She leads the way at 12 under, and that's a 3-shot cushion over Kira Floyd of South Africa.
Dorter for Brecht. This to get within 4 of the lead.
Nicely done there by the Norwegian. Leaves her 4 shots off the pace. Was her second birdie of the day.
Kelsey Bennett for a birdie on the 15th. Very nicely holed. And it's at this point the players will turn down and make their way back down the hill. After having climbed all the way up to the 14th and 15th tee box.
Well, we saw a little earlier NASA Abrams from Royal Cape. We weren't sure because we often pin high is king. Hit this shot straight at the flag. He was a little unlucky not to get the release. But it was indeed closer than the 3 professionals. And he will get that. OG.
Oh, heading to the cruise, Nessa. So all in uniform, his pants there with the Royal Cape logo as well. All the members, the oldest course, will certainly be pleased with their fellow member. Thanks to MSC Cruises, Ross Falk and the team for the prize on offer.
Fumstick. Give her first putt a bit of a go. And that is a hard 3-putt, disappointing. She was pin eye for 2 on that left-hand side and putting back into the wind. Blasted it through the line. Still got a little bit of work left, unfortunately. Back-to-back bogeys for the German.
Tough one there for the German as she drops to 7 under now. And all this is doing is just taking the pressure off Delacour at the top of that leaderboard. The fewer players close to her, the better.
Good judgment of pace by Navarosa. Late entry this week, making good use of that.
You know, that could be the difference of keeping your card or losing your card, or top 10, or every point is important. Delacour. Oh, that was looking golden.
Yeah, you just got to keep rolling the ball like that all week. Give yourself chances, and a couple will drop.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Tans. We've just seen how she's been playing through the course of these last few rounds, setting up opportunities. And like you say, they don't always drop, but you're in the game. Tambellini probably feels the exact opposite today. She's really been battling and having to scramble for those pars as well.
Currently tied for 4th at 7 under par. Really needs something to go her way. Leanne Pace. She's made some birdies today, but unfortunately she's made some bogeys. Can she save a par? Oh, what an effort. Had some trouble off the tee, unfortunately, Leanne Pace. Alessandra Fanali, second into 17. Looks to be lying pretty decently.
Oh. That's way more than decent.
On the 17th now, Fanali with a birdie opportunity.
Back-to-back birdies for the Italian. One of the shots of the day there at 17.
That also takes her to 7 under, and she's now in a tie for 3rd position on that leaderboard.
Brianna Navarrosa cleans up for a par at the 18th. And a round of 1 under today. Very good front 9. 8 pars, 1 birdie. And as expected, that back 9, lots of ups and downs.
Just shows you there at 15 what 20 minutes difference it makes. We saw the previous group with Nastasia Nadeau and Kira Floyd really battled to keep their seconds on the green going on the left-hand side. And the last 2 shots where the wind just died down, okay, they were good tee shots, to be fair, from Perrine. Made it a bit easier.
Well, after teething a wedge over the green, not the standards that Kiara Tambellini sets herself. She just needs to pop this up. It's downhill, feeding a little bit left to right, and she's done brilliantly.
That is the way you bounce back after 2 bogeys. Well done. It's about time we saw a putt go in.
It's been a while.
It's been a little lull.
Yeah.
This for birdie now.
Made a good save on 15. Makes a good birdie on 16. Such a momentum game.
Give us a smile, Kiara. That was well played. So 2 shots separating her from the top of the leaderboard. It is still Delacour leading the way.
Back down to Chiara Tambellini. Great tee shot. Definitely reachable. Can she find her first birdie of the day? You want to be down that left-hand side. Right about there. Keep going. And settle down. Giving that ball a bit of miscommunication. Go, come down, sit. It's good now, though.
Tia Wright, second shot into the 18th, closing par 4.
Cut. Go. Go.
Flag is 28 on, and she's willing it to get all the way there. That's a little over 4 meters for a closing birdie opportunity.
Tandy, have you played with Gia? She comes from your course that you teach at.
Unfortunately, haven't played with Gia, but I did spend quite a bit of time watching her play at the All Africa Women's Invitational at Leper Creek. And she's got a very well-rounded game.
Well, the adventure of a lifetime awaits her. She goes off to college in the States.
Dog friendly here at Ervinvale Golf Club.
Sara Kouskova, second shot into the 18th. Ball ever so slightly below her. Want to start it just to the left edge of the green. And hit it to almost tap in. It's probably about a meter away. Good shot. Yeah, it's one of those shots you want to generate a high amount of hand speed. It's probably going to be a very abbreviated backswing and follow through. Lots of speed at the bottom of the arc. I think she can afford to possibly land it just out. Let the downslope do all the work for you. Just release it on down to the hole. It's going to move ever so slightly left to right once it hits the putting surface. I think that's a pretty good effort from where she was. Chiara Tambellini is stalking this eagle putt on the 16th. Has yet to make a birdie today. Double bogey on the 4th, bogey on the 6th, bogey on the 12th, and a whole host of pars. Rolled the ball really well, given herself a fair amount of opportunities, but nothing has unfortunately dropped. Maybe used up all her good luck yesterday.
Maybe it's going to be one of those days where she makes for eagle and doesn't make a birdie. I hope so for her.
Yeah, she's going to be putting ever so slightly back up towards the mountain. First portion of the putt is downhill, so down and then up. It's going to start off quite a bit left to right initially and straighten as it gets towards the hole, which is in the middle of the green.
Oh, leaving it short as we've seen many today. But it's got a great opportunity to finally notch up a first birdie of the day as we head over to the final hole. And Gerard, this for a chance of 3 birdies on the trot. The fighting spirit in this young lady, so impressive. Just a slight misread there.
I think always a great sign for me that, you know, when things aren't going your way and you're still fighting towards the end, because no matter how good you are, you need that fight in golf, and she showed it today. Well done.
To our leader to get back to 13 under par. Oh no. Races that one past. So it's a par for Perrine Delacour.
Beautiful shot for Sara Kouskova. Let's see if she can convert. The Kira Floyd.
17 is so tough. There's only been 9 birdies in total there today. But it's taken a few casualties, and Chiara Floyd being one of them. She drops a shot, goes back to 9, and that lead again is back to 3.
There's some beautiful proteas in the background. Very common and regular sight here in the Cape.
Yeah, I'll come out in a few different colors. I like the yellow ones. Chiara Floyd has made 3 bogeys, 2 birdies. Can she make it a 3rd birdie at 18? Straight in.
Oh, that's fantastic. Great way to close out your round. 69 for Chiara Floyd. Made her way up the leaderboard. Certainly had chances, but those 3 drop shot on the back, unfortunately denying her the opportunity to take the lead. Not too much break in this. Just about a ball left, probably.
Perrine Delacour only making 2 bogeys in 3 rounds. And that is just testament as to how in control she is of her game. Tap in 4 for our leader. 2 under 4 today. Just the 1 bogey. Very good start to her round. Managed to hold on the back 9.
And those bogeys were a 3-putt bogey on 18 yesterday, and she hit it under that lip of the bunker, the 11 fairway bunker today. Couldn't quite get out to the green. Beautiful view looking back up at the clubhouse here at Ervinvale Golf Club. The 9th on your right hand side of the screen, 18 down the left. You don't really want to go in the middle with all those bunkers. Those 3 ball all found the fairway. Tambellini, good chance here. Slightly up the hill Not a lot of break.
Yeah, should this go in, it'll take her out of a tie for third and third on her own.
Get in, get in. Yes.
3 shots behind the leader going into the final round tomorrow. It's a good fight back after a double bogey on the 4th, bogey on the 6th. Patience is rewarded.
Perrine Delacour, fantastic, ending her day with a smile. 2 under today. She battled through, holds a 2-shot lead over Kiara Floyd, the leading South African in the field. An overnight leader, Chiara Tamburlini, battling to a 2-over par round, but she's still in striking distance. The final round of the Investec SA Women's Open will be live at 12 o'clock. From myself and the entire crew, it's cheers for now.
Well, the course is in spectacular condition and boasts panoramic vistas of the Helderberg and Hottentots Mountains, winelands and the ocean. It is indeed the perfect setting, and it is the stage for the final round of the Investec SA Women's Open. We're so excited to be here with you today. Wonderful sunny skies and pretty much in stark contrast to what we saw yesterday when there were swirling winds and intermittent rain. Today it is looking pretty good, and I'd like to welcome the panel in front of me, Oji Malefi, Peter Dixon and Tandy McCullum. Oji, that weather yesterday was challenging, although I think there is still a bit of wind today despite the sunshine.
Yeah, absolutely challenging, and I think I love it. I mean, this is our marquee championship, so you want it to be a bit of a challenge, especially for whoever's going to go out and win it. And what it does, I think it makes the golf course different every day. Just yesterday, I think I walked with the morning field, the par 5, 7, 16th, they were reaching that in 2. Today it's tough, they're not doing that, so you kind of have to change strategy and also adapt to what the conditions offer you. So it's great to see over the last 4 days the different golf that we've seen.
Yeah, we've really been spoilt, and we've been treated to wonderful golfing action. The quality of play has been outstanding, the caliber of player here as well. And if we just look at that leaderboard, I mean, there are 10 nationalities represented in the top 12, just showing you the depth that's on display here.
Absolutely, Leanne, and it's great to see so many of the top European players who have made their way down to South Africa to come and play and compete in this event, just showing that the South African girls have a chance to actually benchmark themselves against those European players and kind of see what it takes to get onto that tour. And I can say a lot of our local ladies are doing really, really well, but it is literally so exciting to see all those different nationalities and flags, but also great, even more so, that there's a couple South Africans still up there competing.
Yeah, well, I think Investec as well, the support that they give this event, and you know, Peter, the support that Investec gives to golf in South Africa, and especially women's golf, I mean, what drives this passion?
Thank you. Investec are so proud to be the title sponsor of both national opens in South Africa, really supporting golf in the country. As a leading international bank and wealth manager, it's important for us, and it is a matter of national pride.
Well, things are taking shape very nicely indeed as far as that leaderboard goes, and things are pretty tight at the top. We saw a wonderful round coming from Perrine Delacour yesterday. She fired a round of 70, and that was a round of 2 under. She began the day just 1 shot off the lead and surged ahead to take a 2-shot advantage heading into the final round. But watch out for Kiara Floyd. She is 2 shots adrift heading into this final round, and at this stage anything can happen. But great golf was on display yesterday despite the conditions. Let's have a look at some of the best play of the day.
Certainly was, Leanne. Fantastic golf. It was tough. Not too many in the 60s. Darcy Harry here with a fantastic approach into the par 4 10th. This is really where I think the championship is going to start today. And if you can replicate shots like this, you're certainly going to be in with a chance.
Leanne Pace with her second shot yesterday into the 10th hole. Difficult par 4 with the crosswind in play, but Leanne making it look incredibly easy and opening up with a birdie to start her back 9.
Brianna Navarroza was actually not into the tournament. Last in at the very last minute, has taken full advantage, made the cut thanks to shots like this.
Aline Krauter, second shot into the 9th. Also been a very difficult par 4 this week. However, Aline making it very easy. Go on to knock that in for a birdie 3.
At the 14th, Casandra Alexander came in here as one of the hot favorites. The putter hasn't been as hot, but here at the par 3, fantastic read and pace.
Chiara Tambellini, second shot into the 12th par 3 after a very bad miscue on the iron shot. However, managing to spin it back, catching the edge of the hole, and maybe holding out for a very interesting 2.
At the 16th, Navarroza choosing to lay up to good effect here. Nearly holding out for the eagle. Would tap that in for birdie.
Difficult par 4, 17th. Alessandra Fanali, second shot from the right-hand rough. On a hole that claimed many victims, she was not one of them. Nearly holds out for a 2. Tap in 3 for her in the end.
Let's catch up on that leaderboard, and things are looking spicy because Kiara Floyd is currently top of that leaderboard alongside Delacour. We've seen a 2-shot swing there, and that's because Delacour is 1 over for her round. So a birdie at the 3rd for Kiara Floyd now has her right at the top. Things are looking exciting, Tandy.
Yo, this is going to be a thrilling day. Just looking at those first 5 holes, and great to see that Kiara is making a charge early on. We all know that she's got what it takes.
At 8, it's called the signature. The last of the par 3s on the front 9. Fundstück at 8 under. In the conversation, no doubt. And that is a superb effort. For Brico. For birdie to get 7 under. 3 back. She can make this putt. Good momentum boost this will be. It's always great to make a 2 club, especially on a Sunday. And she's got it. Oh, a host of names coming to the fore. It's getting tight at the top.
See Dorothea Vorbrecht, 2 bogeys and 2 birdies. Sara Kouskova. Can she get it all the way back there today at 11? It's going to be a tricky little chip shot there in that false front. The German Fundstück finds the right edge, and she moves within 1 of the lead. Good comeback after a bit of a wobbly start.
Back-to-back red numbers for the German. Here's Leanne Pace at 11.
One of her strengths is controlling her distances. I'm going to predict this is going to be 6 to 8 foot left pin high.
And who would bet against you, Ellen Michelle?
Maybe 10 foot, 12 foot maybe.
Al, you should do commentary.
Lauren Welsh. Good chance here for birdie. Come a little from her right hand side. Good pace. Oh! Darcy Harry. You can see there on the 10th, the wind seems to have just dropped for the moment. It's got a chance.
Good chance. A fantastic shot there from the Welshwoman.
Delacour. Second into the difficult 9th. And making it look easy.
Bronte Law uphill birdie putt on the 10th. Can she convert? Yes, she can. She's making a nice move up that leaderboard.
I can tell you, Fumstick will have a huge supporting. There's a lot of German-owned house owners here.
Andrew Hope is down at the 9th with this leading group. Andrew?
Feeding off the confidence from those late birdies in round 3 is our Swiss star, Kiara Tambellini. Maybe a little outside the left. Down the hill, and she's got a birdie.
This to take the outright lead. Perrine Delacour takes it to 12 under par. 2 birdies in 3 holes now. Brings a smile out of the French woman.
Brianna Navarosa. First of the par 3s on the back 9. 146 meters uphill on the top tier today. $2 feet from $1 million.
Great putt there to save a par by Bronte Law.
That's 2 great holes back to back for her.
I think the thing, Tandy, with long greens or big greens, it's you got lots of different pin placements, so your greens don't get worn out, but it's a lot more maintenance on your greenkeeper staff though, and on your budget.
Delacour's approach into 10.
Get in the hole.
Oh, Kenny liked it. The legendary Leanne Pace at the 14th. R500,000 up for grabs for the hole-in-one today, courtesy of CIB. Leanne has absolutely been superb on this hole throughout the last 4 days. And she is once again.
Oh, that would have been a crucial putt to pull another shot clear. Give her a little more breathing room.
Alessandra Fanali assessing the situation. Always when you get down to one of these holes, you just think, is it going to be my day? When is it going to happen to me? Just let it disappear.
Wouldn't it be great? Hop on a flight back to Italy with a check for R1 million, signed by Peter Dixon. Great swing. Oh, comes up short. No one's threatening their pin today. I wanted to get close. Come on.
There was one from Navarrosa, got to 2 feet, but it was just to the right.
Three terrific drives down the 11th par 4. Kira Floyd to play first from 85 meters. The danger lurks with a lying, lowing bunker on the right-hand side. It's a feature of Ervinvale, the pot bunkers, throughout the championship layout. Just having another look is the South African. Ideally, not the best of angles to come from. The wind is hard off the right-hand side, even though the flagstick isn't moving too much. And she needs to carry it all the way there. And thanks to all the rains we've received in the region of late, the greens are soft, so she can get it all the way there. But with the wind, a low trajectory in front of this large gallery.
No better place to play in front of some big crowds in your home country. Settle down. Not too bad.
Back to the 12th. Laura Fienstick has gone par, birdie, par on this hole in the first 3 rounds.
That was one, both straight at the flag. They need to find a combination of the two and it'll be in.
Somewhere between those two would be great. Brianna Navarrosa. Roller coaster of emotions she's had all week. Came in, wasn't really quite in. Last minute entry into the Investec SA Women's Open. And my goodness, has she put on a good show.
And it's not entirely impossible for her to have a little run down these last 6 holes.
Absolutely, especially if she can continue to do that. Sets up a birdie chance at 13.
Kiara, normally really good at controlling her distance. Settle. Almost good, just needed probably another meter. It lands in a little bit flatter area, not on the uphill.
Interesting, we were saying this morning, when you get to the side of the course, it starts to dip in temperature a bit. I see she's put on the top, Chiara Tamburlini.
Tambellini, strode approach to mark her ball for Perrine Delacour to take aim. A great angle here, and expect this one to, go towards the flag. Opting for a little bit left will be the safe play.
Another good birdie opportunity for Perrine Delacour.
It was actually interesting that Delacour elected not to have a caddy during the opening 2 rounds, and then did use one yesterday and again today. And she commented in her interview that it's going really well and she's got a very good vibe with her caddy. You could see that with the way they were chatting with each other on the 9th. But this is Krauter, eagle opportunity.
Oh, she's not going to be happy with that attempt. Chipping it up the hill, back to the mountain. You want to give it a chance to get there.
Yeah, short game just let it down a little over the weekend. Yeah, Leanne, always a risk you take when you don't have a caddy, then you take him off 2 rounds. Is that relationship going to work okay? Is he going to irritate? It's a whole new thing, and it's worked well for them.
What I've noticed though, and I think because of her having caddied for herself, is that there isn't much contribution that he's adding from the playing front. So I guess in terms of reserving her energy, he's there to help. And I haven't quite seen her consult with him quite a lot, but he's obviously there to encourage her as well. The first bumps are there to see, so in terms of conserving her energy. Definitely working. And Andrew, what putt does she have coming up here?
Well, two very slow putts to come up the hill from right to left. I know, OG, you and I were surveying the screen earlier and how long it is. We both spoke about the fact that it's 45 meters in length, a very narrow entrance guarded by the pot bunkers. And all three ladies done very well to fire it into relative birdie making range for Kiara. Once again going about her business professionally, you know, surveying every angle possible before making her decision. It is a decision-making day, despite being a ball striker's day as well. The wind is slightly, just seems to be picking up, and this one is going to be one of the slowest putts she'll hit today.
You actually don't want to look for too much here. That slope is a bit deceiving.
I think, OG, like a lot of these putts, they break, they're almost double swingers. You'll see this will come out a little from her right in the beginning, and then when it gets to the hole, it's going to go the other way, left to right. Oh, got it all right, just forgot a little more strength.
They adjusted superbly.
Yeah, you're good.
So just a little bit of clarity on what I mentioned earlier with regards to the spots that are available if you win the Investec SA Women's Open. The winner will get into the Ladies Dutch Open as well as the Aramco in Korea, which is the next event on the LAT schedule. The winner can take up membership. However, if you finish second, you cannot get membership. You still have to go through the normal channels of tour school. But whoever finishes second also gets into the Aramco.
Don't worry. Yeah, you're fine.
So top two spots are held for that.
Kira Floyd gonna come a little from her left-hand side.
Get in. Go.
Yeah, she's given it a little bit too much respect. It is very quick from that left side of the green. You're putting away from the mountain. It is downhill initially. Maybe from the 10th hole where she was a bit bold on the birdie, giving this one a little bit too much respect.
The Australian Kelsey Bennett, eagle opportunity. Good strength, and will move within 3 of the lead.
Three yards closer for Perrine Delacour of France, who competed at the Paris Olympics last year. Again, like Al said, a little bit off the right and they'll straighten at the end.
A couple of skips and a hop there at the start.
Although Delacour is already 12 under, she has missed a lot of opportunities we've seen over the weekend already.
I think even from Friday we can count, I think from 13, 14, 15, 16 missed short putts, and even at 18 when she made a bogey on Friday. So that length of distance, if you think about the conversion rate, should have lucked for that to be better.
Solid par for Investec. Be a little disappointed, had a good opportunity there. Jenny Ding, this is to go to 9 under. She does. 2 holes to go. Look at that scorecard, 5 under already today. Birdie finish, you never know.
Clean card, and she's given us a few highlights over the week. Dorothea Vorbrecht, fantastic putt there. Gets the birdie. closer to within 4 of the lead.
Well, it definitely isn't down to a 2-horse race just yet. There are plenty of players out there looking to put a hand on that trophy. And wow, the golf already has been quite breathtaking that we've seen here in the final round of the Investec SA Women's Open. It is Delacour leading the way by 1 from Floyd.
I just think a nice little draw, 2 meters right of the hole, spin left into the bucket, collect 1 million rand thanks to Investec Private Bank. Come on, Kiara. She was listening.
To head back to 14. Kelsey Bennett this to try and get into double digits. And just 2 off the lead. What a putt, yes.
She has been impressive every time we've seen her. She's either hit a good shot or a good putt. And all of a sudden there is 5 players within 2 shots of the lead.
Back-to-back birdies for Bennett.
I'm feeling very happy with my 14 under prediction right now. Looking at all these putts dropping.
Well, we speak about the difficulty of the holes that are still to come, but if you look at Emma Spitzer's card, she had birdie at 16, 17 and 18, coming home for a 66 today. So finishing at 8 under, and that really is a fantastic final round.
Yeah, she's got the clubhouse lead. 7 birdies and an eagle in that round for Emma Spitz. Folks are down here. Both her folks are medical doctors and big supporters of her golf.
Chiara Tambellini now to break out of that tie on 3rd place. Oh! Chiara Tambellini to clean up for a par at the 12th. She's going to walk off feeling like this was one of those that she left out there today. One of the best tee shots we've seen in the last hour or so into the 12th. Ciara Floyd also just to clean up for a par. You know, and she's going along quite nice. She just needs to keep reminding herself to stay patient, keep hitting good shots and stick to her routines and shot processes.
Yeah, the patience game is not an easy one. But she's got the experience. She's been in this position before, perhaps not on a stage quite as large as this. But Ciara Floyd in the hunt, sitting at 11 under. And that's just 1 shot off the pace of the Frenchwoman, Perrine Delacour.
Now the lady who's been on hot form today, 3 birdies so far for her round, 10 under, 2 behind the leader.
Bang!
Make that 4 under for her round.
Oh,
there's an energy about there, isn't there?
But yeah, it must be an interesting one for Perrine having Ciara and Chiara. Oh, they have a tongue twister. This looks good in the air. She is firing at those par 3s. Ciara's got a tough shot now on the 14th from the right-hand side. Saw the players in the previous 3 ball having to really open up that club face and just pop it on. That's had a hard bounce off the seam. And that's unlucky. She probably missed her landing area by no more than a foot. Caught the seam between the green and the first cut and just released down that slope. Good time to make a putt to save par. Perrine Delacour with a putt a little over 35 feet. Slightly uphill, but away from the mountain. It's going to play like it's flat. Big slope off the right to feed in. Has she done it? Very good judgment of pace. Giving herself a far less stressful par compared to the previous hole.
Dorte Vorbrecht. Disappointing bogey on the 14th. Mr. Green chipped it past. Can she get that back? It's on a great line. Come on. Lovely golf shot.
To 14. Massive putt coming up here for Ciara Floyd. This to remain one off the lead. Needs to save par. And does. First pump. That could just be a momentum shifter. 7 pars in a row. Well, that sparks something in a 20-year-old.
Aline Krauter should come a little from her right-hand side on the par 5 16th. And still has not made a putt in the last 2 rounds of any length. Tambellini, lovely too, well deserved. 5 players within 1 shot of the lead.
As we look at our leader, Delacour, her second shot at the 15th, and the wind really making its presence felt now.
Yeah, I mean, 15 minutes ago they were hitting nice little pitches in there with no wind. Asking for it to go.
And it certainly went.
How good is that, eh?
First though, Casandra Alexander. She's got it, moves to 11 under, back-to-back birdies, 3 out of the last 4. She came second last week at the Johannesburg Ladies Open. She missed a few opportunities. Can she finish on fire here at the Investec Women's South African Open?
And the fist pump is going as well. Cass is fired up, and for good reason. Just a shot off the pace now. She's got 2 holes to play, and she certainly is very much in the reckoning. Delacour has set up something special at 15, so that could be my prediction going. But Kelsey Bennett leading the charge there at 11 under alongside Alexander Law and Tamburlini. Leanne Pace will be finishing off at 18. And she's 1 under for the day to sit at 6 under for the tournament.
Well, this is certainly a tough shot for Ciara Floyd. I like the option of bumping into the bank and let it release down the slope. However, she's gone for the long swing to fly it all on the way on the green. Oh, I don't know if that was the right choice.
Anywhere right of that 15th green is a bit of a disaster. She tried to get a bit of spin with a high lob, but equally as difficult as you can bump and run it into that slope, like Andrew was saying, and he was a bit scared with the kukui grass that you'll leave it short. Leanne Pace, 5-time Investec South African Women's Champion. Not going to win this week, but still a great performance from Leanne Pace.
Finishing at 4 under, And that should secure her position just outside of the top 20.
Delacour taps in for her birdie at the 15th. Very deliberate fist pump.
Not much in this one for Kira Floyd. Just be confident.
Come on, baby.
Not a bad bogey in the end. Trouble was missing that fairway in the beginning. Bennett came up a little short with her chip shot. Straighten, and that is a big putt for the Australian. Wow. Keeps within touch.
Yeah, played with so much confidence. Beautiful save there by Bennett. Tambellini now for par.
Always neat, clean player, Chiara Tambellini.
Darcy Harry's second shot into the 17th downhill. It's always a tough angle with the ball above you, down slope. Breeze is normally off the right. Yeah, good shot.
Tandy, if you could take 12 under in the clubhouse or 13 under on the 17th tee, what would you take?
I think I'd take 13 under on the 17th tee.
Confident girl. Alessandra Fanali has passed all the way on that back nine, Leanne.
Indeed, she is at 8 under. But that 17th, the real challenge. It has a rating of 2. The second toughest course of, or rather hole, that we've seen over the course of these 3 rounds. The 6th hole getting that rating of 1. But Perrine Delacour, the overnight leader, is still out in front. She's 1 under for her round today. But there's a pack chasing her down. Although we've just seen that birdie at 15 has opened up a further shot, breathing space for her. And that pack at 11 under, including Bennett, Law, Alexander and Tamburlini.
Now Perrine Delacour from the left-hand side of the fairway down 16. Like I said, a brilliant layup. It's made the shot a lot more easy. She left herself 95 meters to the pin. So she can definitely start it out to the right-hand side and avoid any trouble that faces her in the front bunker. The pin today is playing 15 on, and that is pretty good. Well, Delacour has asked the question, can Kira Floyd find the answer? A little bit of room behind the flag. There's a backstop. And playing into the breeze from 89 meters.
Wonderful approach there from Chiara Floyd. Fighting right to the end. Casandra Alexander, 5 birdies, an eagle and an unfortunate 2 bogeys on her cards. Past the 17th to remain 2 shots off the pace heading down the last hole.
I think she hit a really good birdie putt there. We saw Aline Krauter hit that putt a little early and it didn't break as much from the right. But Kelsey Bennett, the Australian, can she get it to 12 under par? It'll come a little from her right. Stays up. Lovely pace. Great round from Bennett.
Yeah, just the 1 bogey on the 5th hole. 6 birdies. great day to shoot 5 under and race up that leaderboard. As we look at Darquea, Forbrecht, second shot into 17. Oh, that's a little unlucky. Half a metre more that would have released right up to the flag.
Leader in the clubhouse, Kelsey Bennett. Being a solid player, came through LET access with 6 top 10s, came 14th on that auto merit to get a LET card. Finished 8th last week in the Johannesburg Ladies Open.
Alessandra Fanali. 2 years since she turned pro. Came out, got a LET card and started out here in South Africa with a top 10 finish in the SA Open. So she clearly loves this event. We've seen why today.
Kiara Tambellini, 4th shot from the left-hand side of the 16th. Oh, based on how that's come out, I think the line was really down in that thick kikuyu. Looks like she had a bit of a hack at it. They having a great time. So many spectators out today.
Yeah, they really have come out to support the ladies, which is always great to see. Umstrick, a second at 17.
Great shot for Funchtek. Yeah, Tandy, I think you're right that Chiara Tambellini was lying at the bottom of that kikuyu. You could see she was steep in her downswing and had to try to get under that ball.
Troubles off the tee, and now a 19-footer left for a par. And I'll tell you, there's not much in this putt. You know, if anything, probably inside left. This is pin today's in a position where majority of the putts are going to be flat.
Kiara just taps in for a bogey at the par 5. She's going to have a little fire of disappointment burning in her because of that. You're going to feel like you're losing 2 shots to the field, making a bogey on the par 5.
Aline Krauter has made nothing in 2 days. Can she make a birdie at last? Well done. There we go. Look at that smile.
She got the memo about the stripes as well with her zebra top.
I think Peter Dixon was calling it part of the dazzle. A collective noun for zebras. For a birdie.
Box, baby.
And she's done it. So she moves 3 clear. And I'm quite happy with my score prediction.
Kira Floyd, can she get into that group at 11 under, tied for second?
Just not coming together for her in this final round, Kira Floyd.
Guys, can you
Certainly
stand
giving
still,
herself
please?
chances.
She came tied for 6th last week in the Joburg Ladies Open, currently tied 5th here in the Investec South African Women's Open. One more birdie will make a massive difference in her paycheck.
Casandra Alexander now. This to break out of a tie for second place alongside Kelsey Bennett and Bronte Law. Get to 12 under on her own. Be clubhouse leader.
She had a putt last week to tie the lead. How important is this going to be? It's on a good line. It's on a great line.
Come on, Casandra Alexander. Gets the bird. Closes out in style. A wonderful 66 that includes an eagle and 2 bogeys. Can you believe it? You did say she's got a low one in her.
What a finish from Casandra Alexander.
Paces from the deep pot bunk on the right to the flag, while our leader Delacour has 130.
Yeah, that's going to be a controlled, maybe slightly gripped down 9-9. The breeze is pushing from the back. It's going to be a wedge. Landed in the middle, just let it release on up to that back right pin placing.
She has been ultra aggressive today. I would have thought she would have hit that 15 short of that flag. But it is good now.
Tough little chip here, but we saw at the previous hole she's got great hands with a wedge in hand.
Well, Ciara Floyd playing it down the hill into the wind. We'll fancy her chances of this one. A little off the left, OG.
I must say, I've been very impressed with Ciara Floyd this season. She's looking very calm, very in control. Putting together a very solid performance this week. I think she'll be a little bit disappointed with her round today, especially on that back nine. A couple of missed opportunities and that bogey at 15. Actually, it was a good bogey in the end. But I'm pretty sure we're going to see her to continue to produce good performances in the coming years. And she is only 20. She's got so much more golf in her.
She has, finishing 6th last week in the Joe Big Ladies Open, and I think she looked like she played with a lot of freedom today, and that's always impressive, and keep putting yourself in those positions. I'm sure a big victory won't be far away. She already had won the Platinum Ladies Open with a 60 in the last round at Blair Athol.
And you know, Aline, I chatted to her towards the middle end of last year and asked her if she's going to be going to the Ladies European Tour Q School, which happens in December every year, and she said no, she doesn't quite feel like she's ready. She feels that she needs another full good season on Sunshine Tour before she takes a plunge and does that, and I think she's going to be wanting to make that transition now. She's proven to herself that she can compete. Now it's time to go get a card and go play.
What will be her options now, Tandy?
She will be able to go play on the Litas, which is the feeder tour, as we look at a birdie attempt.
She has done what she needs to do. I think she's going to mark and just enjoy the moment. Soak it all in. Got a couple of putts from a foot or two. Give the respect to Ciara Floyd, who still has an important putt.
Yeah, OG, to answer your question, we'll have to wait to see what happens at the end of the day with regards to those 2 spots that go to the Aramco in Korea. If it does manage to go down to Ciara, I'm pretty sure she'll take that opportunity. But I think with her solid performance this year and her finishes in these last 2 events, she'll have no struggle getting invites into a couple of the European Tour events, as well as getting a couple of starts on the Litas.
Tambellini currently in 6th position. It's on a good line.
cleans up for the par. Chiara Tambellini certainly entertained us. Held the lead after the second round of play here at Ervinvale. Tough weekend though for the Swiss rising star. And this South African star can certainly take pride in how she's showcased herself, not just this weekend, but this season.
A little bit of work left, though. Well done, Kira Floyd. Top 5 finish. 6th last week. 2 biggest events on the Sunshine Ladies Tour.
Perrine Delacour. Just a little over 1 foot left to clinch the title of the Investec SA Women's Open 2025. And she's done it.
Quench the lights at Ervinvale. Perrine Delacour, your 2025 Investec SA Women's Champion. A popular winner, certainly on the LET. We haven't seen a lot of emotion from her throughout the week, but she can certainly burst out a smile.
You could feel that coming. You could see how she was holding everything in, and she did it so well. What a finish to hold off a hot Casandra Alexander coming in. Birdies at 15 and 16. Great 2-putt at 17 in the end. And she is a winner again.
In the winelands, she's definitely going to pop. Fantastic moments. What a couple of days he's had. 2 under par 70 closing for Perrine Delacour to clinch the 2025 Investec SA Women's Open here at Ervinvale. Casandra Alexander finishes as the top South African in the fields, just 2 shots shy.
Perrine Delacour, our 2025 SA Women's Open champion.